I completed my TIA project at an OCPS school called Sunridge Middle in Winter Garden, Florida. I worked with a TMH classroom under the teacher Michelle Nascimento. The community that I chose to work with was a TMH classroom, which is trainable mentally handicapped, which is a variety of disabilities being serviced there, but they are all at from the first to the fourth grade reading level. I assisted the teacher during the language arts block. I helped the children complete their worksheets. I helped them with writing, and I also read to them. There was a variety of disabilities in this classroom. We had some students had Down syndrome. 8 of them had language impairments. One dual exceptionality, 3 on the spectrum, and 5 of them were intellectually disabled. The age range was from 10 all the way to 15 years old. And the racial demographic was 8 white, 2 Hispanic, 1 Asian, and 2 African American. And in this class, there was a uniqueness in that there were 8 females and 4 males, whereas it's usually the opposite. Here I am pictured working with a student, one of my favorite students, Finley, who is on the spectrum, and she loved it when I sat with her. This time I was standing and helped her finish her work because she would not complete it unless somebody was there with her. When I first went into the classroom, I was nervous about working with this population of students. I had experience at working with high functioning autistic kids, but I had never experienced anything more severe, and I had never worked with Down syndrome or other impairments. And so I didn't know exactly how to teach them, how to help them. It was difficult at first to not want to just give them the answer. It was difficult to see them struggling, but I learned that they were capable of it, just at a slower pace than a neurotypical class. But it was really rewarding to see them when they finally did get it. What I've learned from working with this group of students was the variety of disabilities. And I would always come back and read my textbook and see a lot of the things that I was seeing in the classroom in my textbook. So it was really great to be able to connect what I was reading in my book to what I was seeing in the classroom. It was great to have the experience of these different disabilities and understanding, because they are usually separated and you do not know what's going on in a special education classroom. So it was really interesting to experience that, and it was eye-opening because it was not anything that I had imagined it to be. It was a lot more under control than I had imagined. What I found is that service learning in this community is really important, and it's good to see all different types of students and the challenges that they face every day. I think sometimes we're quick to judge and think, oh, well, this child is a problem child. This child is too slow. We need to send them to special education. And it was really great to be able to see what is this special education classroom, learning about the disabilities and dispelling some of the myths that I had about these students with disabilities. I think that it's a really, really, truly rewarding experience, and that I think everybody should have the opportunity to work in one of these classrooms and find out how loving these students really are, and that it's not as horrible as some people might paint it to be. What I've learned from this experience is that every student is unique and special, and that one size does not fit all. It and it is especially true in this type of classroom. They have such a varying um, level of abilities that you really cannot say, okay, by looking at them, that they should do this and they should be able to do that. Because some kids can easily come up with ideas and write sentences, and then some of them struggle. Some of them cannot answer open ended questions, and some of them can. So you really do need to know each and every student. And that another thing I learned is that the teachers that go into this field are amazing, because it's not the financial compensation that leads them to this field. So they really are special.